couple of things we love in our next segment. We love to eat and we love ourselves a little bit of good country music. And so does the Nashville native guest joining us now, who happens to be joining us from her kitchen.
How great is this? Jenny Tolman's joining us now, usually
Hello.
performing on a bigger stage with brighter lights, but now performing next to a lovely
Mhm.
fridge and a bowl. How are you?
A little different audience these days, but that's okay.
No question
I'm
about it.
doing great. How
Right?
are y'all?
Doing very well. Man, oh man, you had 2019 was a great year for you. Your debut album, There Goes the Neighborhood, makes Rolling Stone's list, the 40 best country and Americana
Wow.
albums of 2019, which is great. Your 2019 was better than
Yes.
mine. Um, let's
Oh,
let's talk about the theme of your album. It takes place in I live in Seanville, and this
yeah,
is all taking place in Jennyville.
exactly. So there's this imaginary world that we've dreamed up, my producer Dave Brainerd and I. It's called Jennyville. And so Jennyville has tons of characters running around, getting into a little bit of trouble here and there, but who doesn't? But yeah, it's a really fun town to delve into because you'll see the characters all throughout the album weave in and out of different songs. So if you really pay attention, there's a few different Easter eggs that you can catch on to, and it just brings even more fun to the album. You can listen to it without having to pay that close of attention and
That's
still
so
enjoy
smart.
it. But if you want to be an overachiever, there's some hidden fun messages in there.
I like it. Oh my gosh, this whole concept, it's so visual of entering your world, Jennyville. We're going to enter your kitchen in just a moment where you've actually been doing
Yes.
just as much cooking as you have singing recently. But before we do that, so this is so funny. So Sean and I love Jeff Bridges. Of
Yeah,
course, we know him as the
the
dude
dude.
Hmm.
and
Yep.
from so many films, yeah, over
Yeah.
the years. But he actually sang one of your songs this spring. How did this come about?
He did. So, long story short, our co-writer Dave Brainerd and I wrote this with John Goodwin, and John grew up with Jeff Bridges, and so Jeff happened to hear the song and fell in love with it, and he actually opened up Lebowski Fest out in LA last Easter, and so it was my first time getting to go to LA
Oh,
and my first time seeing somebody else sing one of my own songs. And then also just about a month ago, he was on Willie Nelson's live stream concert, Come and Toke It, and he sang the song as well. There, it's called My Welcome Mat.
Which is come and toke it, which is funny because I don't think he smokes anymore. I think he's only doing edibles. So maybe
Yeah.
we
is
could
that
take
true?
your information and now, wow, imagine that. This could be great for Willie. You are going to
You've
make
got
us.
some intel there.
Yeah, there we go. I saw that article. You know why I saw that? I think it was beginning of the year, and I'm like, wow, this is the worst year ever. Even Willie Nelson.
Oh my
Wow. Yeah,
gosh.
Uh,
when Willie stopped smoking,
Yeah.
you know we're in for
but
trouble.
you stopped
Yep.
eating gluten a while back. What made you stop, and what made you get into the kitchen
That's
and make your own
correct.
stuff?
Yeah, so I have been gluten free for over 10 years now. So I had to start doing it before it was cool. I actually had
Mm.
a lot of anxiety issues that were stemming from over inflammation in my brain. I started going to a holistic doctor and he put me on an anti inflammatory diet. And so gluten free, dairy free, egg free, I'm still all of those things
Wow.
today. So, over the last 10 years, as you can imagine, I've had to learn how to make a lot of my own favorite foods because a lot of our comfort foods don't necessarily come in the brand or that I need them to.
No.
So, today I'm going to be making one of my personal favorite comfort foods. It
Oh,
is a trifle
Oh,
cake.
yes.
So, this was
yes.
something that my mom used to make all the time when I was growing up.
Yeah.
It had angel food cake and pudding and whipped cream and all this stuff that I could not have any longer. But I can make a special version of it. So, to start out with, when you know that you're wanting to make this, the night before you need to make your pudding and your whipped cream. So, to make the pudding, I honestly just use a vegan vanilla pudding mix.
Mhm.
You cook it on the stove top, put it in the refrigerator to set overnight. And then for our whipped cream, this is so easy and it literally tastes just like whipped cream. I can't believe it because I don't like the taste of coconut, but this tastes like whipped cream. It is, you'll put a can of coconut milk
Mm.
into the refrigerator the night before so that that layer of coconut cream hardens on top. So when you wake up the
Mm.
next morning, you're going to take that out, you're going to put it into your mixer, you're going to just scoop off the cream part. You don't want any of the coconut milk underneath.
Okay.
Then you're going to add a third of a cup of powdered sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla, whip it all together, put it back into the fridge to set while you're making your cake, and everything's going to be ready to go once your cake's ready. So
That's
with
awesome.
all of that
looks
done,
good.
we're going to start with our vanilla cake. So I have 1 3/4 cup of gluten-free flour here. We're going to add, this is a 1/2 cup of cane sugar and a 1/2 cup of coconut sugar.
Okay.
Now, if you want to have that pretty white vanilla, you're just going to use 1 cup of cane sugar. I like to do half and half because coconut sugar is lower on the glycemic index, so it's a little bit healthier. And then we've got 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt and 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda. So you'll just mix all those dry ingredients together. And another thing I love about this particular recipe is that it's one bowl. So
Oh, nice. That's good. Less to clean.
once we've got all
You
of
got
our
like 30
dry
seconds
ingredients.
left. Hit me fast.
Okay, so we're gonna add a cup of almond milk, a 1/4 cup, oh, I'm sorry, a 1/2 cup of avocado oil, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar,
Yep.
2 tablespoons of applesauce. Mix it all together, put it in your pan, put it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes at 350 degrees. And then once it's cooled, you will have your you're gonna cube it up, and then you're going
Jenny,
to layer all of your ingredients together in a
looks
pretty dish.
delicious,
If you've got a nice trifle, you can do that, but I think it's cute to do little individual wine glasses. Whatever floats your boat.
And that looks delicious. Before we go real quick, are you really coming to Vegas this weekend to do a show at Stoney's Rockin' Country?
Tonight.
I
What?
am.
Yeah, tonight.
Oh my gosh,
I
this is
am.
amazing.
This is a rare moment because
Yes, I'm so excited. I've never even been to Vegas, so I am excited to be there.
you're getting a weird Vegas. This is going to be a weird Vegas. You're playing at Stoney's Rockin' Country.
Isn't Vegas always weird?
Grab your mask, bring it on by. You can rhinestone it, make it look really cool. Showtime's at 10 p.m.
Ooh.
I mean, you've made this. Can you bring it on the plane before you get here and maybe drop us off some?
Yeah.
You know what?
Could
That's
you
not a bad idea.
set that in your schedule?
I'll
There we
see what
go.
I can do. I'll see what I can get through security.
No question. Well, Jenny, it's great having you, and we look forward to seeing you tonight over at Stoney's.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, live show happening tonight at 10 o'clock. No cover, 21 and up. They're making sure that it's going to be as COVID safe as possible. 50% capacity. Grab a mask. Have some fun. Stoney's Rockin' Country. You'll see Jenny perform. And maybe after the show, you can ask her about some gluten-free tips. That'd be cool.